This is the Service Provider Podcast, brought to you by Palo Alto Networks. This episode presents delivering a SASE solution centered on business value and user experience, featuring Kumar Ramachandran from Palo Alto Networks, speaking with Sam Nchinda from Orange Business Services.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kumar Ramachandran, SVP of Products at Palo Alto Networks. In February of last year, I was driving home back from yet another long week on the road. And as I was driving back, I was reflecting on the fact that quite a few of my weeks had been taken up to travel. And I couldn't help but thinking to myself that I wouldn't mind a few weeks not being on the road. Little did I know, it'll be 16 months before my next trip for work. What we've seen in the last 10 plus months really has been 10 years worth of acceleration of changes in business. Today, we are witnessing significant changes, whether it's digitization, acceleration of multi-cloud, a flex or hybrid work environment. So I'm pleased to have Sam with me today and to have a discussion on dealing with some of these significant changes in network and security and get a good conversation going on why we need a new model for network and security and how traditional legacy architectures are ill-suited for that. Sam, can you share your thoughts with us?
Thank you very much, Kumar. And yes, my name is Sam Nchinda. I'm VP Solutions at Orange Business Services. And really excited to have this conversation on how Orange Business Services and Palo Alto are partnering to enable significant transformation that is happening at our customers, how we bring more value by combining software-defined networking and security services to enable the new digital enterprise.
We've seen in our own experience with customers across verticals, the buying patterns as well as the selling patterns have dramatically changed. You look at even convenience stores or restaurants or banks, everybody has really had to adapt their business models. And then consequently, how do you serve an environment where customers now are truly omni-channel? I can order stuff via phone, via third-party apps. I can have delivery at home. I can have touchless pickup. I can still go enjoy the experience at that location. We've seen that in healthcare. We're seeing that in high tech. We're just seeing it in every industry. Manufacturing was hit pretty hard, where they had to deal with supply shortages. Very famously, we had toilet roll shortages across large parts of the country and world. And so we truly did see that business had to scramble last year. So, I'm super excited for our partnership with OBS. Do you want to share your thoughts a little bit about how our partnership together can help meet customer demands and how we are truly serving customers in this transition with this thing called SASE?
Yes, and just what you talked about, Kumar, is what we've seen for all segments, for all verticals. There is an increasing need for resilience, for agility and speed. Resilience in how we all survived the pandemic, and we're actually now accelerating our digital transformations. Agility and speed to adjust and change the way we operated as businesses to go through the unprecedented events of the past 18 months. And that will only continue to accelerate as we go forward. And so once more, Palo Alto and Orange Business Services, we've combined to deliver business value for our customers. As they implement digital solutions within their enterprise, we're putting together the most comprehensive SASE solutions on the marketplace. So combining the power of innovation with the global capability of a service provider that is Orange to deliver that digital journey for our customers, taking them from the fragmented environments that they have today to the new SASE platform architectures and frameworks that they require that would allow them to deliver the solutions that their business need going forward. So I'm really excited about this partnership. And I'd like to understand from yourself, Kumar, how you see the SASE market from a Palo Alto perspective.
SASE is a very interesting evolution. And I think Gartner gave the term a name sometime, I believe, either in 2019 or 2020 for Secure Access Service Edge. Our viewpoint at Palo Alto, right, when we look at convergence of network and security, is that there are three big principles to engender and take advantage of this kind of convergence. The reality is that we've seen bad examples of convergence in various industries, right? I might be dating myself a little here, but for those of us that are maybe automobile buffs, we'll remember the Dutton Mariner. That was this strange combination of smushing a car and a boat together to create this car boat. That was not the most elegant car on the racetrack or streets, nor was it the most elegant boat on the water. So anytime you're bringing product sets together, it can be a little risky to say, hey, you know what, I'll take something that's mediocre out there and combine them. We're truly believers that you have to start with best of breed components, right? The best possible security stack. When we look at threats and security, they just keep growing. I was just looking at the statistics on ransomware. Looks like it grew by 3x from 2019 to 2020. And right now in 2021, by another 2x. So having mediocre solutions just don't cut it. We do need to ensure that we have a very high quality security stack, something that Palo Alto is well known in the industry for. Similarly, we need to have a very high quality networking or SD-WAN solution. And this is where the acquisition of CloudGenix by Palo Alto Networks in April of last year truly allows Palo Alto to bring two best of breed capabilities and then integrate them elegantly. And when done elegantly, I think we can unlock a lot of value for customers. What we now have today is a platform from which you get all the security capabilities and SD-WAN capabilities that is consumable as a cloud-based service. The second area of growth we're seeing in many parts of the world, people are coming back to the office. However, they're really coming back to a hybrid work environment. You still have a population at home, a population comes in to work sometimes, they're mobile sometimes. In every case, we need to ensure that we are providing the same high quality security, the same high quality network and application experience. So what we've crafted is an experience with our SASE solution, whether it's zero trust network access for the remote worker, whether it's firewalling as a service delivered from the cloud to protect your branch office, whether it's CASB, SWIG capabilities, etc., complemented now with a very well integrated SD-WAN solution. You truly have the network and security at the edge that allows your home worker, your mobile worker, and your office worker to have a consistent model of security and a great user experience. So Sam, customers are probably wondering, how do I embark on the transformation to SASE for my organization? Do I have the capabilities? Do I have the operational capabilities? And I think that's a big part of the expertise, the deep experience and understanding that you guys at OBS have. Do you want to talk a little bit about why OBS is offering SASE in this context?
That's just a perfect question. The starting point, and that's where we're perfectly aligned in terms of our partnership, the starting point of a SASE journey for any enterprise is to select the best integrated technology, the best SD-WAN capability, the best security stack and capability, all integrated together. That's the starting point. And Orange Business Services, working with Palo Alto, we certainly have the leading SASE platform and solutions on the marketplace today. The second really key component of this SASE journey for any enterprise is how do you transform? And that is really critical to look at the various use cases that are required to enable your end users to have that improved experience. So is it end users working from home? Is it end users that are on the move? Is it end users that are returning to office environments in a hybrid model? Or is it end users that are in a partner environment? So it's to understand those use cases and develop the right transformation strategy for each of those use cases, starting, of course, with a high priority use case. So it's how do we transform? How do we get them from the current fragmented environment to the new SASE platform? And so Orange Business Services, we have global capability that allows enterprises to transform with minimal, almost no disruption to their business and no impact on end user productivity. Once we've got them beyond the transformation, we need to deliver continuous operations. We need to continue to serve those end users and customers so that they have a high quality of service. And once more, Orange Business Services, through our global capability, delivers managed services for enterprise, allowing them to have continuous high service and always experience a good end user experience. And finally, as we have transformed and we are managing the continuous operation of the customer environment, really important is continuous improvement. How do we continue to deliver an innovation so that the end user continuously has that improved experience and continuously has new capability that would allow him to work better, work faster, and with even improved service levels? That is a capability that Orange Business Services will deliver to global enterprise in conjunction with the leading edge technology solutions from Palo Alto on SASE.
Oh, I love the focus on the user experience. I think our audience can definitely resonate with that. I think back to the early days of the pandemic. In the first couple of weeks, most of us were accommodating and accepting of the fact that when we are working from home, maybe we don't have access to all our applications. Maybe the performance is not the greatest. And that was fine for a few weeks. It was almost funny to say, hey, my Zoom is freezing up. Maybe my kid is on Netflix or Google Hangouts or something. But now that we're several months into it, and the new normal is that working from home is part of my work environment, the user expectations have fundamentally changed. We now see in our own behavior that we have a full expectation of an incredible user experience, whether we are working from home or we are working from the office. And so one of the things that we've built out as part of our joint offer here is what we call autonomous digital experience management, or ADEM. Now, clearly we named it that way because we love long words. But what it really means is how do we track, monitor, and enable an incredible user experience? Just to take an example, let's say you're accessing some of your applications or a Zoom call or any such thing, and performance is poor. The instinct is to go open a trouble ticket with IT. The reality is your corporate IT team probably doesn't have the tooling or the insight to even know what is going wrong. So what we've now done as part of our SASE solution is actually embed proactive analytics. So even before you access most of your applications, we already have constant monitoring, which says, you know what, compared to a baseline, your access to XYZ application is running really poor. And let's now investigate which segment of the service chain there's a problem. Is it a problem because your laptop is running hot? Is it because your local Wi-Fi connection, the signal strength is a little weak? Is it your local cable connection? Because those are all issues that you as an end user want to self-serve, right? None of us want to open a trouble ticket, wait for hours trying to get something resolved, especially when it's not even in the purview of corporate IT. And then if it is indeed in the purview of corporate IT, there's a middle mile problem, there's a problem with the cloud, there's a problem with the data center or the SaaS provider, then you want the tool so that corporate IT can quickly resolve those things. So all those capabilities are natively now embedded as part of our SASE offer. And that allows customers to stop thinking of a remote worker. In the office, at home, on the road, you're still getting the same incredible security and network experience. So Sam, do you want to talk a little bit about how do I continue to scale out my home users? Now that users are returning to my office, how do I ensure that in this new hybrid work environment, I have a great security plus network solution, and what kind of benefits that CIOs and CISOs can expect from our joint offer?
Yes, and I'll talk about it from two perspectives. The first perspective is the capability that the Palo Alto platform delivers to Orange Business Services, a service provider. And then I'll talk about it from a perspective of what we jointly deliver as value to our customers. So first of all, from the perspective of a service provider, the Palo Alto platform really delivers amazing visibility. You talked about the analytics and the automation that a global service provider like Orange requires for us to deliver superior service to our customers. So if we just talk a little bit about that in terms of the visibility, we need to know real time what are the security incidents, what are the security events that are taking place so that we can, of course, mitigate rapidly. We need to know in real time how the application performance for the end user is performing. So how is Office 365 performing? How is Salesforce application performing? How are the business applications performing? We need that level of visibility. And we get all of that from the Palo Alto platform. Of course, the analytics and automation, which is built into the Palo Alto platform, it really gives us that agility to respond once more in real time to events that are taking place. It allows us to respond in real time to security events. It allows us to respond in real time to network events. And so once more, we deliver the best end user experience to our customers because we have that platform that gives us the visibility, the analytics, and all the automation that gives us the speed, the resilience, and really the capability that every enterprise requires in today's modern digital environment. So that's from a service provider perspective. Now, from a customer perspective, moving to this new SASE solution that's powered by Palo Alto and Orange, the first thing is, as they adapt the network environments to become more cloud, the hybrid ways of working, we are transforming the underlay networks to predominantly internet, to predominantly where the end user's application sits, where the data sits, where they are more productive. And by adapting the network environment, the first true business benefit we deliver to most enterprise is cost savings and simplicity. So we make simple for the enterprise the network environment and give them improvements in performance as they access their applications directly and no longer need to hairpin through global data centers that are in different parts of the world. So we deliver cost savings and performance improvements by simplifying the network environment and giving them connectivity platform that is managed by Palo Alto SD-WAN. The next business benefit we bring collectively is simplification. So we eliminate the complexity of the previous network architectures. We eliminate the complexity of the previous security design into a simple SASE model and architecture that, again, gives that end user experience and the enterprise a simplified architecture. And by doing this, we improve the resilience. And you mentioned it, Kumar, really fundamental for every single enterprise today is we dramatically reduce risk by implementing this zero trust architecture that is built into the Palo Alto platform and deliver trusted security postures for the modern enterprise. These are some of the concrete business benefits that Palo Alto and Orange working together can deliver to enterprise customers. These are the business benefits, reducing the cost, improving performance, diminishing the complexity, improving resilience, and significantly reducing risk by implementing zero trust security architectures that is based on the Palo Alto solution.
You know, Sam, those are some very, very powerful benefits that businesses can consume. As you were talking, I was thinking about it. The pandemic has been a seminal event globally. I mean, this is once in a decade, if not more. a once-in-a-century event. And when we look at the global impact and the extent to which humanity has had to innovate right across the globe in different ways, it's no less compared to some of the other seminal events over the last century. When I think back to World War II, that was a time of extreme distress, but it also then became this innovate or perish. And we saw great innovations, right? Things like pressurized air cabins that have resulted in modern air travel as we know it, penicillin at scale. I think in 5-10 years, when we reflect on the output of this pandemic, we're going to say, hey, there were massive shifts, both in consumer-facing technologies and capabilities, as well as in business-facing capabilities and technologies. And with things like SASE, to your point, I think what's really happening here is that it's a foundational shift. This is not incremental improvement. This is a fundamental shift to a cloud-delivered model for infrastructure and security that actually enables a true anywhere work experience. I'm also very bullish on the fact that this platform, it truly unlocks further innovation for our customers. One of the powerful capabilities is around data. I think Sam spoke a lot about the usage of our data for user experience, monitoring, simplifying, and accelerating business. I also think the data is also going to unlock a lot of business value, where you look at retail, understanding customer footfall patterns. You look at healthcare, understanding patient behaviors. I look at manufacturing. How does IoT interact and how are your devices functioning? All that rich data, it truly unlocks and makes available to the business the ability to use that data sets to drive not only great user experiences, but also new offers that you can make to your end customers. And so I think we truly are very excited about the ability of us jointly bringing this solution to the market. And Sam, do you have any parting calls to actions to our users? What's a concrete next step that you would recommend our users to take?
You said it perfectly. This move to SASE is a fundamental shift, is a significant transformation. And so the first thing I would call to our users is to take advantage of the power of the partnership between Orange and Palo Alto. Working with us, we will enable that journey. We will simplify the complexity. We will enable the transformation so there is no impact to the customer's business and they see improved performance from an end user perspective. So take advantage of the experiences that we have, the significant innovation that we bring to enable the SASE journey for our customers. That's certainly the first call. The second one, as you said, rightly, is during times of great difficulty, innovation allows us to overcome. Innovation allows us to be resilient. Innovation allows us to be agile. Innovation allows us to operate at speed. So once more, the solution that we are taking to market together would allow us to deliver significant resilience for all enterprise. It will bring great agility to their business, and it would allow every enterprise to operate at digital speed. And probably the final thing is that I would put out there is that for every enterprise, the moment for transformation, for digital transformation is now. I think we have all been through quite some challenging times, and really now is the time to accelerate. Now is the time to seize the power of Palo and Orange working together to accelerate your digital transformation, to deliver the new modern digital enterprise, the new experiences that would allow them to accelerate their businesses into the next century. So looking forward to working together to further this partnership. And most important, looking forward to working together with every single one of our customers to enable their business as they each go through their own digital journey.
It's fantastic. Sam, it was great chatting with you today. And like you said, highly encourage everybody in the audience, look for SASE with Palo Alto Networks or get in touch with your Palo Alto sales rep or Orange Business Solutions rep or partner. Thank you very much.
This is the Service Provider Podcast by Palo Alto Networks. Listen and subscribe on SoundCloud, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.